Life feels a little bit stressful and hectic right now. Look at that belly. Oh yeah, it's big. It's popping. I feel like I can't really breathe right now. I can't really breathe at all. I feel like I was traveling the entire month because I kind of was traveling the entire month. I went to Hong Kong, and that was basically a work trip. It was like a little bit of a fun trip, but it was mostly a work trip. And then after that, we went to Jackson on a family trip for like over a week. We went for like a week and a half, and then I actually went home to New Mexico to see my family. So it was a lot of stuff happening. I feel like the countdown is on because of the baby. Like we've got a month basically left, and I also just want to take it easy that last week before the baby comes. And so it's like I'm trying to get in like doctor's appointment. We're headed to the pediatrician right now.
Tell me about Hong Kong.
So Hong Kong was good. For the most part, it was like I honestly woke up every day and then went to work because I was there consulting for a friend of mine. And so I was like, I was like in an office most of the time. But we did a lot of eating. So we'd go out for like lunches and stuff. And then we ended up, what's it doing?
He has a shoe off.
Nikosh, put your shoe back on. This is a new thing where shoes come flying at your freaking head. It's dangerous, actually. I think it's dangerous. I might have to start putting him in the car without shoes on. See, look. He thinks it's hilarious. It's not funny, Nikosh. Don't throw shoes, monkey. I've actually gotten hit in the head.
It's like something you don't expect when you're driving.
And you know, when you're by yourself in the car sometimes and you're like singing to yourself and it's all like everything else is kind of quiet, like you don't know what he's doing back there because you can't really see besides a mirror, and then suddenly you're like conk in the head with like a shoe. Luckily his shoes are like light for the summer. Jeez. Throwing shoes and yelling are the two new things in the car. I actually told my husband, I was telling Arun, my husband, that I now have to learn to slightly meditate in the car. Like not so much that I like lose focus of driving, but just so much so I can tune Nikosh out from screaming at me. Anyway, but yeah, we did a lot of eating. So we went out to restaurants where, you know, it's a lot of like Chinese food we went to. I mean, there's a lot of cuisines you can get in Hong Kong. It's a very international city. We went to like some Chinese restaurants that had like things like roast duck and stuff, because roast duck is like a big thing, you know. I think my two like food highlights were we went to Cute Dim Sum. It's not the most delicious, but Cute Dim Sum is seriously cute. Some of it was actually really delicious, but it's something that you can get in Hong Kong, and my friend Danica took me.
Watch the goobers. Ready? Ready?
Yeah. Oh, he's spitting. And then, you know what's funny is, she just took me on like public transportation, because you always aren't you like interested in public transportation? And when you go visit places?
Yeah.
Like if they've got like a very elaborate public transportation, it's kind of like interesting to see what their transportation is like. And she was kind of like, it's very efficient and very clean. That's not our bus, right?
No.
We're waiting for a bus because we're going to actual work.
We're going to a neighborhood called Wang Chuk Hung in South Hong Kong Island.
Why am I excited about waiting for a bus?
Because it's so hot outside, we're excited to get into air conditioning. It's very sweaty.
We went to tea at the Peninsula Hotel, which is always just nice. I love afternoon tea. It was really fancy. It was a Harry Winston specialty, which we didn't realize it was going to be. Like we just went because it was tea at the Peninsula. And it's nice. They have live music. It's very fancy. They even gave us little silver spoons, Harry Winston silver spoons at the very end. It was really sweet. This one will be born with a literal silver spoon in her mouth. And then I did have one Saturday to just kind of sightsee and stuff and hang out with my friend Danica. So she took me to like a really touristy area where it's like a tramway for like an aerial view of Hong Kong and stuff. And they have like a giant Buddha there. It's kind of like a classic like tourist site that you see like when you see like YouTube videos of Hong Kong and everything. It was so hot there. It was so hot, but it was so much fun. Like we went up there, we acted like tourists and stuff. It was nice to like look around and everything. And you know, we spent a lot of the time just being really hot. It's so hot and humid, it's unbelievable.
Do you feel like you packed right for the trip?
I think I did, because I had a lot of different skincare and stuff with me too. So I was very happy with it. I felt like overall my hair and my makeup held up pretty well. Yeah, we gotta get out of the car now.
Why are you screaming so much?
Who's that? Auntie? Anna. Anna. Yeah! So cute!
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
That's a big boy. You have hiccups. You have... This one. Reach it. Good job. Woohoo! Woohoo! Go inside. What floor are we on? You ready to see your doctor? Use the big boy scale today.
How did it feel?
Like a big boy, like against the wall.
What's my name? Say Auntie Anna. What say Anna? Nope.
No.
Barefoot buddy.
Because we just measured him. He did the big boy measurements. They put him on an actual scale and like put him against the
What
wall.
is your weight?
He's 26. I can't remember. Bye.
Bye, buddy. Peace.
Daddy just joined us. He got out of work early for a pediatrician appointment, which doesn't happen often. This is a treat.
Do you have a phone for him?
No. He brings the groceries up too. He likes to bring the groceries up too.
Finally useful, buddy. Good job.
What a big boy.
What are you doing, Susan?
I'm gonna go get a quarter pounder of cheese.
Shahzad's not happy about it.
I've been McDonald's all of one time in my life, and I was 5 years old, and I threw up, and I've never eaten there again. That was 31 years ago. But because I love her and she has cravings, I'm gonna do it. I'm not going in, but I will do the drive-thru.
She will do the drive-thru. In fact, she's driving me. That's friendship.
It is. I love you. Let's go get this
Wait, so
trauma over with.
why do you want a quarter pounder?
I don't know. It's just the first thing that popped into my head. I ate a salad first. That's what my lunch was. And then I was like sitting there unsatisfied.
And you don't want In-N-Out instead?
No.
All right. What Peggy wants, Peggy gets. Let's go. Let's go get it over with. Let's go. So how was Jackson? It looked so beautiful.
Jackson's beautiful. I didn't think it was great for a toddler. You had a toddler there, right? Or were you just pregnant?
No, pregnant with a toddler.
Pregnant.
But I was only
with
there
a
for
toddler.
2 days. I was exactly in your situation.
So I think
same time of year as well.
So 3 days into being in Jackson, Nikosh was awesome, and we were at a resort. So there was a pool. There was those kinds of things that he could handle. And he did our first like tour. We did like a wildlife tour.
Oh, fun!
And he handled that like a champ, even though he was in the car, because also the animals like are right next to the windows and stuff. So he was like, he started like the whole, like he's still, even now that we're home, he keeps going like, "Nrrr," like that, like trying to make like cow and what he thinks were bison noises and stuff. So that was cool.
What does a bison sound like? Just
no idea. Then we moved to a house with Arun's family.
Yeah.
And that's when it started to get too long for him, and he started to go stir crazy.
Yeah.
Because then it was like,
he didn't have anybody to play with. He didn't have his toys.
Yes.
He didn't have Mason.
There's a baby cousin also.
You're tired, and so babies tend to get more attention than toddlers do sometimes.
Exactly. And then
depends on who screams loudest.
Exactly. Yeah. And he actually started screaming.
Yeah.
Like screaming became a thing.
Stop for like 5 days.
Yeah, exactly. It was like screaming. Like I could even tell my mother-in-law was like a little over the screaming. She's like, okay, this is too much. Lots of screaming, too much being in the car. There, you know, like there's a lot of stuff where I think he'll love when he's a touch older.
Yeah.
But right now I couldn't explain to him like why when we're on like a lake, like on the lake boat doing a tour on the lake, he can't jump into the water.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, we can't just let him, even though it's wilderness, like you'd think you can like let him run buck wild, but you can't. You actually have to watch him closer.
Right.
Like even in Yellowstone, it's like there's all this volcanic rock and stuff, and they're like he can't step off the planks, like the sidewalk and stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually had to like wear him on my back.
Oh.
Which was hard because I hadn't worn him. I hadn't baby worn.
Because you're wearing her too.
Wearing her. So I actually specifically for this brought this Sakura Bloom carrier that I have because you can wear it while you're pregnant. But that didn't stop him from being like super wiggly. He was like, I don't want to be your backpack essentially. And he was like, why am I in this? And it was so hot. And So like 3 days into the trip, totally fine. After that, it got way too long.
I don't know how this shit works.
Okay, so open it up. So guess what, guys? We're at McDonald's drive-thru.
I think
May I take your order?
Hi, can I have a quarter pounder with cheese meal? I'll have a lemonade, and that's it.
Is this where you pay?
This is where you
What do you get at the other end?
you get the actual food.
That's weird. Do you need a straw?
Yes.
Do you want some single-use plastic to go with your rotting carcass?
Just kidding. Thank you, Sherzad, for pointing out my rotten carcass.
It's okay. I'm not perfect.
Yes,
Either.
you are, whatever.
I'm not perfect. I love you. I'll do this for you.
I don't drink hard liquor, and I don't do crack. So
I stopped both those pretty recently, and things are working out well for me.
it's good.
When I did Cracked Out Chronicles on Insta Story, somebody once told me that it was offensive to crackheads that I was posting Cracked Out Chronicles. And I was like,
You're like, okay, we're getting too
you
PC
literally
here.
like cannot please everybody.
No.
And I'm sorry if I offended crackheads.
Yeah. Oh my god. There's nothing better than warm fries in the car.
My mom loved McDonald's fries.
Yeah.
And my grandpa loved McDonald's coffee. I just had
Coffee?
coffee.
Oh, this
and
one's really hot. Oh.
where am I? I want to go that way.
Anyway,
I gotta
guys.
find a light.
We're gonna go shoot an episode of The Sass. Probably my last one until after this baby, so
Get it done.
talk to you
Get it
later.
done.
Bye. Ooh, it's nice and hot, toasty. Turn the fucking camera off.